Hi Aiden. So today in our video cello lesson, we're going to start with our D major scale, and we're going to do 2 octaves today. 2-octave D major scale, and then we'll move to our essential elements for strings, the cello book, and we'll look at page 27. We're going to start there, and then let's just see how far we can go here today. So we're going to start with number 100. It's halfway down the page. It's called low down. But first let's get into a D major scale. So first we're going to find our lowest string, which is C, right? And then we'll take our first finger and put it on the first finger tape of the C string. And to make sure that that note's correct, I like to just check it to my open D string here. So play that, and then play the low D. Nice. And then make sure that they line up there, and then we'll work our way up, and the lowest 2 strings, C and G, are going to have a finger pattern that goes 1, and then extended 2, and then a 4th finger after that. So it's going to go, this is D, we'll go 1, and then extended 2, so it's going to move a whole step, 1 to 2, and that's going to be E. So 2 is going to stretch and land on E, your thumb is going to follow. So your thumb and 2 are right across from each other. And on E, that's that second finger tape there. And then we're going to take our 4th finger and do another whole step. So your 3rd finger can do whatever it wants there, but 4th finger is going to find F sharp, which is, we call it an extended 4 here. And that's the 4th finger, and that's that whole string. So then on the G string, you're going to do the same exact pattern, going open G, 1, 2nd finger B, but it's going to stretch to get to that B. It's going to be a whole step, and your thumb's going to move with it. And then 4th finger is going to find a whole step above that to C sharp. And then you'll move to D, the next string. So let's take it from the bottom there. So we have 1st finger D on the C string. Give you a second to find that pitch. And then we're going to start, we'll do half notes going up. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and D, 2, and E, and C sharp, D, 2. Let's try that again. This time we're going to do 4 quarter notes for every note in that octave. So we'll do, find D, and we'll do it 4 times in quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. Then 2nd finger E, E, 2, 3, 4. 4th finger F sharp, whole step again. 3, 4, and then open G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1st finger A. Compare it to your A string if you need to. 2, 3, 4, and then 2nd finger B, same pattern, right? So that's a whole step. And then C sharp is another whole step. So 3, 4, and open D, and then we're back, right? So the next part of that octave, or of that scale, is really easy because we just go up the D and A string just in 1st position. Open 1, 3, 4, open 1, 3, 4. But the challenging part of this scale for cellos especially is playing on these lower 2 strings and making sure that each finger goes up an entire whole step. Right, so let's try doing the whole thing now, and then we'll go right back down. So 1, I like those quarter notes, the 4 quarter notes per note here. 2, 3, 4, and 2nd finger E here. Now 4th finger F sharp. 2, 3. Open G. 3, 4, and then first finger A, second finger B is a stretch, and then fourth finger, make sure your thumb moves, fourth finger C sharp, and then D, 2, 3, back to first position, going up, E, 3, 4, and F sharp. Open A. Going up in first position to third finger. This is a C sharp. And D. Then we'll work our way back down. Three, four, still first position, G. And then 3 on F sharp. E. And open D. 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go down to C sharp. 2, 3, 4. That's fourth finger, so make sure your thumb is moved with it to find right behind your second finger. Then we play B. That's our second finger. And then A. 2, 3, 4. Open G. Fourth finger F sharp. It's extended. And then your second finger and your thumb are together here for E. 2, 3, 4, and D. And that's the final note. Good job. I know that 2-octave scale is a little intense on the lower 2 strings there, but excellent job. If you have any questions with it, though, we can always work on it later in more detail in person. So for now, we're going to move on to our book. We're going to turn to page 27 and look at number 100. It's called Low Down. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. 2 and 3, 4, and now A, C, A, C, B, 2 and 3, 4. Nice. So let's stop there. That was just that first line. And let's look at what's happening. First note is G, and then the second note is a B. So we're going open G, third finger on B. And we're going to alternate that twice, and then we land on the next note. It's a half note. For 2 beats, we have A on the G. So, and then for the next measure, we stay on that A, but we move to a C natural. So I know we just did a D major scale with an extended 4 on that C sharp. Now we're going to take it back to a C natural. So this is C natural. This is just a regular first position 4. And this is C sharp. It's just a half step above, but C natural is going to be right on the tape. So let's go A, C. 2 and 3, 4. So let's try this again. And then, oh no, let's look at the second line here. So we have a D at the beginning of the second line there, followed by a B natural. So, and then we have a C. So we step up a half step to fourth finger, 2, and hold for 2. And then we go up to our D string, D, and we work our scale back down, but C natural. So D, C, 2 and 3, 4. Let's try this one all together now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 3. Now A, C, and B, 2, 3, 4. Now D, D, B, open D. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Good job. Excellent work. Now let's move on to 101 here. This one might be a little bit easier. We've got some eighth notes going on, but a lot less leaps when we're changing notes. More stepwise motion here. So starting at the beginning, we have see if you can repeat it. Go G, G, D, D, E, 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 D, 4. And let's try it together now from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and C, B, A, and G, and D, 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 C. Nice work. All right, so now let's move on to 102. And this one should be another recognizable tune. So let's see what we got here. The first two measures I'm going to play for you here. Then we'll put it together. So D and D, B, B. What did we hear? Okay, so let's move on to the next two measures and I'll show you how those sounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's stop there and then you'll try it now. So E, D, C, B, A, B, C, B, C, D. Let's try it together one more time. That section is a little difficult, starting from measure 3 on 102. So starting on E, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, nice, good work. So those eighth notes can be a little bit tricky, and if you're having trouble with them, just pause the video and just try them on their own without the video playing, and then see if you can work them up to speed. So, like especially if you're looking at, let's try the first measure of the second line here, where it goes. That's a good one to do because it's just open strings, and it'll help you get a feel for where those eighth notes fit in the rhythm. So try that with me one more time. Second line, measure, it's measure 5, first one of the second line here. So 2, 3, 4, and then eighth notes going up in a scale-wise motion, going and D, A. Nice, excellent job. We're gonna move on to the next page here. And let's start with 103. So this is just a rhythm that we're going to do on our bow. And it's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll hold for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. And then hold. 2, 3. So this is number 103. We're in 3/4 here, so 3 beats per measure. And that means if you look at the first measure, the first note we play, let's just do it on an open D for now, just to keep it nice and simple. so we can focus on the bow. The first note we play is going to be a down bow, so make sure you're starting at the frog and moving downwards on the bow to the upper half here. So we'll go down, up, down, and then for the next measure we go up, down, up, and then down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, so let's try this together. 2, 3. Now up, down, up, down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3. We'll repeat this. Let's go a little faster. So 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Nice slow bow. 3. Nice. Now look at 104. It's that same bow pattern, but we're adding our left hand finger. So we have F sharp at the beginning here. 1, 2, 104, and 2, 3. Now up bow. 2, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can try this one even faster now. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Repeat and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now look at 105. This is our D major scale, but look, it's just one octave. Pretty easy stuff. You got this. So 105. 1, 2, 3. D. 2, 3, and D. 2, 3. Going back down, it goes D. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this one again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3 and D, 2, 3. Nice. Good work. Looking at 106 now, French folk song. We're going to start on a high D. So before we start this one, I want to make sure that that note is right in tune. How do we do that? We check to our open D string. So we just played it. Keep it in your ear, let it ring, and then find that high D. Nice. So, and I know you probably have a tuner ready or hand nearby, but it's also really good for us to practice tuning by ear, especially as string players without any frets. So looking at French folk song 106 and 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's stop there for a second. Now I'm gonna have you try that. So D, 2, 3, and D, 2, 3, and C sharp, 2, 3, and then first finger B, C sharp, D, A, 2, 3. So looking at the next 4 measures there, we have G, 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 F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, E's, and D. Let's try it from measure 5. Starting on G, we have 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3. Now let's repeat that section and you try it. So G, 2, 3, and 2, 3. Now looking at the next section, I'll play it first, then you repeat after me. I'm going to play the next 4 measures. So we start on D, E, F sharp, and then we get all the way to that dotted half note G. This is on the second line, starting on D, E, F sharp. 1, 2, 3, and now your turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now we're going to look at the next 4 measures here, starting on E, F sharp, G. I'll play first, then you try. So repeat after me. 2, 3, and. Oh, let me find that E. 2, 3, and. 2, 3, and then your turn. So we have that E, F sharp, G repeating, right? So 2, 2, 3, and. 2, 3. Then from the very last 4 measures here, we have a descending D major scale with a little extra at the end, right? So 1, 2, 3. Let's do this one together. 2, 2, 3, and. 2, 3. So don't let that ED at the end of the scale there trick you. It's just going right back up to first finger E and then letting go to D. So let's try this one all the way through now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 106. Now G. Now D, E, F sharp. 2, 3. Now E, F sharp, G. 2, 3, and. 2, 3. Excellent job. Now we're looking at 107. This is the Essential Elements quiz. We've made it. Okay. It's allegro, but we're going to take it. That means fast, moderately fast, but we're going to take it nice and slow at first for now. So let's just look at the first measure. We'll do it measure by measure. I'll play first, then you repeat after me. So 1, 2, 3. Your turn. A, B, A. Next we have the second measure. That's F sharp, D, F sharp. So 3, open 3. Your turn. F sharp, D, F sharp. Then we have measure 3. I'll play. Pretty familiar, right? Now your turn. A, B, A. Moving on to F sharp, 2, 3. Moving on to A, 3, and then B. And let's look at this next measure. We have G, F sharp, G. So 4, 3, 4 on the D string. I'll play first, then you repeat after me. Oh, let me find G. There we are. So 4, 3, 4. Your turn. And good job. Then we move on to E, 2, 3. And then the next figure we have, I'll play the next 3 measures. It's the beginning of line 2. Then you'll repeat after me. So G, F sharp, E. Your turn. So starting on E, 2, 3, we have. Oh, and then we move on to B, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then G on the third beat, F sharp, D, F sharp, D, 2, 3. So let's try this together now, all the way through without stopping. We'll take it maybe just a notch slower than how we just did there, just in case. I want to make sure you get all those counts in there because we're working in 3/4 now. So 1, 2, 3, and. 2, 3, and A, 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 1, again, open A, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 2, 3. Excellent job. Okay, so now we're just gonna look at one thing in the next page here. Look at 29, and this is gonna be a little bit of homework here. Starting at 108, you notice we have something called a tie. So a tie looks like a little curved line that goes over top of two notes that are the same note, of the same pitch. So look at 108, first measure here, we have D, 2 beats, it's a half note, right? Then we have 2 quarter notes playing E, E, but because it's tied, we're not gonna stop the bow, we're just gonna keep it moving as if that, so that plays as a half note. So listen to how 108 sounds. I'll just play the first 2 measures. And just listen and watch my bow. It's gonna move in half notes, even though we're playing 2 quarter notes at the end of each measure. It's just played like a half note because they're tied. That's the idea it's trying to teach you here. So listen for the first 2 measures, then we'll play it together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 2, and 1, 2, and do you hear how it's just half notes? Right. So let's try this together now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Rest and lift your bow. So down 2 and up 2 and down 2, up 2 and D 2 and 2. Rest, rest. Nice. So now in 109, we introduce a new concept called a slur. So a slur is very similar to a tie, except it's moving to a different pitch rather than staying on the same pitch there. So look at the first measure and you'll see what I mean. We have open D, and then it slurs to E. And so that was all on one bow. So listen, this is very slow, going 3, 4, and D, E. See how that's all one down bow? Let's do it a little quicker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and hear that? And then the next measure goes E. Your turn. Try just those 2 measures together. So 3, 4, and D. Rest, rest. Going back. E. Nice. Now try the next 2 measures here. Same thing. D. 2, 2, and E. D. Rest, rest. Then we do both together in one measure. So looking at measure 5. We go. So 3, 4, and D, E, D. So down, down, up, up. Let's try those again, just a few times over. So D, up, up, and down, up. Nice. Now we're going to move on to the half notes there. D, 2, and E, 2, and D, 2. Rest, rest. So that's 109 there. And then the rest of these are very similar except with different notes that we're playing. So looking at 110, we have 1, 2, D, E, and B. All on a down bow. Rest, rest. Then up bow goes F sharp, E. Rest, rest. Rest, rest, and rest, rest, and we put it together now. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I want to try. We're going to skip 111 for now. I think you know what to do with that one. Let's look at 112. It's going to go 1, 2. Oh, so I'll tell you a little bit about it first. So that slur that's happening is going to help us change to the next note in the scale. So it's a D major scale, and we're using slurs to find the next note of each scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 112. And then F sharp, G, G. So let's stop there. If you did that and your bow is separating, then let's try it again. But if not, hey, good on you, great job. But it's okay. We all make mistakes. This is a really tough thing, going down, down, and changing notes in our left hand at the same time. So let's try it again. 112, just in case. We'll go every time that slur happens, that's when we change pitch. Otherwise, we won't change, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, and down, up, down, up. Nice. And then let's just go ahead and finish out this page here. We have 1, 2, 1, 113, and F sharp, 2, 3, repeat, 113. And then end on D, 2 and 3, 4. Yeah, very good. So if you noticed during that piece there, 113, if you noticed that you got a sound similar to, if it sounded like this, and then you went, if you're getting this sort of noise, it's because your finger is touching the A string. So we want to make sure that our finger makes a nice tunnel so that we don't touch the A string while we're pushing down on the D string. So in order to do that, we want to make sure our finger is nice and pointed, like a ballerina's foot, when it touches the string and pushes it against the fingerboard. We want a nice point. And then we want to make sure that our finger rolls over and we get our knuckles turning here so that we have a nice little tunnel here so that the A string can ring out while we still have our finger here. So let's try that 113 really quick. 2, 2, 3, 4, and really curve that finger and make sure it's nice and pointed at the tip. And then third finger, same thing. Back to 1. And that's it, yeah. So let's try gliding bows here, and then yeah, let's just try 114, and then we'll close it out today. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have D, D, A, D, and 2. Let's repeat this one again. 114. A, D, and E, A, E, F sharp, nice and pointed. Back to E, also pointed. That way that A can ring out. And D, 2, and 3, 4. Excellent job. Good work. Okay, so go ahead and work on the rest of this page. We didn't get to 115, but it's very similar to 114. So I think you know what to do with it. And then I'll see you sometime next week here. Thank you so much for watching.